Hello, Ariel.
Hi, nice
Nice
to
to
meet you.
finally meet you. So, where are you from?
I'm from Glassboro. It's a small town outside of Philadelphia.
Familiar with Glassboro? I've been there a few times. I actually had a couple of family members that lived there for a short period of time.
Okay.
Where did you go to college?
I went to Rutgers University in New Brunswick.
Rutgers. They had a good football program. I was a big
Familiar?
fan of a couple of players that came out of there. Did you do any extracurricular activities at Rutgers?
I was involved in a sorority and a few other organizations on campus where we uh, worked for like a lot of charities and we did a lot of like events.
That's nice. All right. Do you have family nearby?
I do. The majority of my family is from the Philadelphia area.
Oh, that's good. All right, well, I'm just going to take this time to explain to you a little bit about the interview. It'll be 10 to 15 minutes, just to ask you some questions pertaining to our, event manager position, and just answer openly and,
Okay, great.
honestly. Um, Obviously, you're familiar with the job description. It's our manager of events. Do banquets, staff meetings. You coordinate a lot of different things, and here's also a copy. You might already have that.
Yes, I read this one's reading.
Okay. And yeah, so I'm gonna start off with what hours and days are you available to work?
My availability is really open. Um, I remember it saying they were looking for a position that's 5 days a week, and I could even do the weekends. I'm pretty flexible when it comes to that.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, sometimes we have some things come up last minute,
Yeah.
so that's big for us. Do you have any responsibilities other than work that would interfere with your job requirements?
No, this would be the only position I would hold at the time. I'm no longer in school. I'm done, and I don't have a family or anything. So I really wouldn't have anything that I would have to prioritize over work.
Okay. Um, what you went to Rutgers? You said. Did you graduate there?
Yes, I did.
What was your degree in?
Management.
Oh, okay. Are you legally eligible for employment in the United States?
Yes.
It's just a question we have to ask.
Okay. Yes, I was born in Jersey.
So do you have a reliable method of getting to and from work?
Yes, I have a car.
Yeah. This job can require some traveling to different places to coordinate some of our events.
Oh, okay, great.
That's good. Have you ever worked under a different name?
No,
Okay.
this is the only name I
Have you ever been convicted of a felony?
have.
No.
No.
Can you perform the duties required of you to be as our event manager?
Yes, after overlooking all of the requirements, I definitely feel I feel qualified. I feel confident in that.
Okay. How about physically? Do you feel that you can physically do everything required of you?
Are you talking about? I remember it saying you have to hold a tray of 25 pounds. I think I could. That might be my only problem, but I think I could do it.
Okay, that's good. What was your previous employment?
Well, I just finished school, but I had an internship there, and then I worked for the hotel for a while.
Okay.
Kind of doing the same thing, like assisting with like banquet planning and. Well,
That's good. Do you think that there were some things from your previous job that would benefit you here? And if so, what were they?
definitely, the woman that I assisted for, she was amazing, and um, really, what I got out of it is it's overwhelming, and there's going to be things that come up, and there's always going to be a problem. You can't plan for everything, but you can plan for like how do you say, kind of like you just have to,
Unexpected.
yeah, exactly. So if anything, I'm someone who always thinks of what if, then I always feel like I have to prepare myself in getting into a situation, and it made me realize that you can't always be prepared, but there are ways that like you can just you take the situation as it is and then you handle it, and I think I'm good at that.
Yes, as you know, in this industry, a lot of things can come up on a whim, and it's really hard
Things
to
go wrong.
plan for that. Do you speak any other languages?
Yes, I do. I'm fluent in French.
Oh, very nice. What separates you from the list of other candidates trying to get this job?
Well, I can only speak for myself, and I definitely feel as if I am experienced. but I am young and I'm ready to learn, and I work great with others. I'm great at communicating. I think that I'm hardworking and I'm confident in things I do. And if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it to my best ability. And I feel like I would do that.
Growing up, what was the job that you saw yourself doing at this point in your life?
Well, I wanted to be a ballerina, so I don't know how helpful that is. But when I was in college, I always knew that even in high school, I'm definitely a people person, and I wanted to be in some kind of I wanted to do something where I'd be communicating. I like to stay active. I love doing things. I love going places, and definitely event planning and management is something that I really I could always see myself doing.
Very good. All right, that's all my questions. It's like 5 minutes.
Okay, so what else?
We need to come up with some more questions. And then with closing, I would say, did we get to go over everything you thought about before coming in? And do you have any questions for me?
Okay.
What would you say your 2 greatest weaknesses are?
Sometimes I assume that people are more aware of what they're doing, and I possibly don't go into enough detail. And then sometimes I think I have a way of being too detail-oriented, where in such an industry, you're always worried about time, and I might spend a little too much time worrying about the specifics.
Okay. What are your short and long-term goals?
My short-term goals would be, just to learn more. Possibly, as I said, I'm working under someone, getting a general position, and then really someday maybe having my own catering business or event planning business.
Okay. What kind of work environment do you prefer? Do you prefer to be more of a hands-on, being in a hands-on environment where you're physically explaining, or do you like to just maybe print out guidelines and?
I think it's important to do both. To be honest with you, anything that has your name on it, it's your business. You're putting the time in, and it's your reputation. So therefore, I definitely am someone who's hands-on. But then again, I am someone who's very structured. So I believe having a sufficient amount of guidelines and giving people, like you said, like I'm someone who's used to working with an itinerary. So if this is what we're doing today, I'm used to having that out, and I believe that it's important to have an environment where you are hands-on and you are providing your employees with a sufficient amount of, I guess, kind of like an itinerary, guidelines. Like it is good to see things on paper.
Mm-hmm.
I work very well with stuff like that.
Good. What tools or habits do you use to keep yourself organized?
Oh, I mostly do. I'm very organized. I have a planner. I have notebooks. I have everything. I write down everything. I never want to forget anything. And naturally, my memory is pretty good for now. So I also am just, into the habit of being a lifelong student where I'm used to having to write everything down.
Do you have a story, maybe, of when you had to go above and beyond to get a job done?
Probably in college. We were doing this one fundraiser where you go along, you get people to pledge for you, and we had like a website, and everyone knew that we were supposed to. There's probably about 120 girls, and everyone had their own login. And it was the first time that we did this, where you had people who went on, and family members, instead of giving you money, they would just post it online themselves. And it was the first time we did the online thing, and it was 2 nights before, and I go to see my groups, and it has the different states of the other organizations, and we literally had $50 pledged between all of us. And I went to everyone's house. I found everyone, messages. I literally was hounded. I was stalking people, and we ended up raising over $24,000 in 2 days, which was pretty incredible. We were actually one of the top sororities who raised that much money, and it's crazy because the day before we had absolutely nothing.
That's very good. And the final question of this interview is, what was a major obstacle that you were able to overcome to get where you are today?
I would just have to say, in general, school. I am not someone who's naturally. I'm. I have not been gifted with the ability to not show up to a lecture, not open a book, and do great. I've always had to kind of push myself and work so much harder than I feel like anyone else really does just to get just to do good. So I definitely think that I've been in a position academically where I've had to apply myself more than the average person, and I think it made me someone who's very hardworking, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not being naturally smart.
Did we go over everything that you thought about before coming in today?
Yeah, actually, I read about your restaurant, and I just want to know: are you hands-on, or are you going to be someone that I deal with? Is there someone else?
Basically, with this job, I have to travel around to several locations. This would be you running, your own personal,
Okay.
event coordination, and basically you'd have to answer to the GM.
Okay.
And basically what you would do is you would tell the GM how to go. You'd give him the notes of it every day, and you'd work with him.
Okay.
GM.
And
Yeah.
now for the interview process, would we meet again? Would I be able to meet him? Or
Yes, definitely. We'll convene with the rest of my coworkers here, and we'll get in touch with you,
okay, great.
and we'll go from there. And do you have any other questions?
No, not really.
Well, it was a pleasure
Yeah,
meeting
it's
you
great to
today,
meet
and
you.
I look forward to talking to you
Yes.
soon.
Thank you. You too.